What is going down, my YouTube family? It is your boy Zeri from the XMG, coming at you today to bring you a video about the update and a video about some things that are bothering me. So some of this might be a little bit of a rant, some of it might not. And then I'm going to ask you guys your opinion on this whole thing. So before we get into that, still no webcam. Figured out how to turn my phone into a webcam, and it looks a little delayed, so I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not until the webcam comes in. But I just wanted you guys to be able to see my face during this whole thing. I feel that's important. So if you're just finding me for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We are shooting for the goal of 1,000 subs, and we are so ever close. So thank you so much to everybody out there who's supporting my channel, supporting me, having those conversations with me on the daily. It's just really, really special. So let's jump into the newest version patch. What is it? 1.1.164. I got it up on my other monitor over here so I can read it and kind of show you on the test server. Just keep in mind, things are subject to change, and the patch isn't live yet, but things can change in here, so keep that in mind. So let's jump into it. Alright, so here we go, and I'm going to go over... This patch could have been awesome. There's some really, really good things in here, and then there's one thing that's overshadowing everything, which sadly I have to discuss and talk about. So, the first thing here is that we are welcoming a new champion, the demon Kiri. I think it's pronounced Kiri, maybe. I'm not good with these names until I hear other people say it. And I watched this video and I forgot how he said it, so I'm going to go with Kiri. And she is part of the battle pass for June. So June 1st, the Seasons of Claws will launch. So let's take a look at her and go over her move kit real fast. So here she is. She is a demon defender and a dragon slayer. She is very cool looking. She has like a gauntlet with some claws on it, or maybe that's her real hand, who the hell knows. She's tiny. I have not unlocked her or tested her yet, and when I do, I will get out the gearing video and we will discuss her in a noob series, obviously, when the time comes. So she brings some cool things to the table, and we are already in a demon meta, so this is really cool. So the strong are only going to get stronger here. Her basic ability deals 260% of physical damage to an enemy, 50% chance to inflict heal block for 2 turns. If the target is inflicted by heal block, they are affected by bleeding for 2 turns. So this is a pretty cool mechanic. Heal block, you know, it's just devastating move, which we talked about yesterday's video. And then bleeding gives her some synergy. Could she be a tank for the Bleed Brothers of Raval and Snoring? Quite possibly. You know, could it be a 5th for Zira? Possibly. So this is pretty interesting. You know, Zira has her AoE where she can inflict heal block, and then you have her coming in. So that's a pretty interesting move. I like that quite a bit. Second ability deals 240% of physical damage to all enemies. Recovers health equal to 50% of the damage dealt. A 50% chance to decrease their turn meter by 15%. If the enemy is slowed, decrease their turn meter 2 times more. What that means is, you know, she has a 50% chance to decrease their turn meter by 15%. And if they have slow on them, it decreases their turn meter 2 times the amount. So 30% is the way I'm interpreting it. And then Carfanax from that's how he perceived it as well. So definitely 30%. But, you know, she can restore her health, but she has an AoE. And if they're slowed, you know, she can reduce their turn meter by up to 30%. That's interesting. You know, the healing is definitely a plus. Slow is interesting. I'm trying to think what demon has slow. We're going to have to go check that out. I can't think off the top of my head. Third ability which is her taunting mechanism. You can do better. Gains taunt and an armor increase for 2 turns. Recovers 10% of the turn meter for each living demon in the party. Recovers shield equal to 20% of her maximum health. So she's restoring her health on her A2, restoring her shield on her taunting mechanism, and she's feeding herself a lot of turn meter. This is interesting for a tank, because usually you want your tank to go slow. But she's constantly feeding herself turn meter, and as you see on her passive, so this is pretty interesting. In her passive, it's called Fidget, recovers 15% of turn meter for each hit received, and recovers 10% of the shield for each counterattack. So definitely, the way I'm reading it, recovers 10% of shield for each counterattack. She's a goblin killer, General Murdoch. You know, if there's a counterattack against her, recovering 10% shield, I mean, especially with Dr. Frank, that's crazy. And then recovers 15% of her turn meter for each hit, so she's going to be constantly blowing through, you know, turn meter, and her taunt is going to go up and down and up and down. So very tricky character. I want to see what her cooldown is. Doesn't say. I'd like to see her cooldown of her taunting mechanism. Oh, there it is, 3 of 3. So it can be used on the first turn and then every 3 turns after that. That is interesting, definitely interesting. So she is a very cool character, and I can't wait to get in and test her out. And I will show you the gearing video and then the noob series, obviously. Just really cool character. Maybe, depending on her gear, much more viable option than Mega Wheel in that team, because it is missing a tank. And who do we take out? Do you take out Xantera? Do you take out the More Doom and run all demons? Definitely a possibility. Pretty crazy kit though, and she is a pretty cool character. So again, we are in the Battle Pass, and this is the test server, so remember, everything's subject to change. And you know, just so everybody can kind of see what we're working with the premium. Here we got some 5 blue scrolls, some draw coins. The first characters is level 5, where free to play and premium get 10 shards apiece. Looks like we're going to be getting health runes, more blue scrolls. Premium gets another 10 at level 10, level 15. More blue scrolls. Dragon robe, that's pretty nice. 20, you know, so every 5 levels, pretty standard. 20 demonic mockery, yeah, that's nice. Ooh, outcast shackles, oh no, that's Beiyi's life essence, alright. Curse madness, overthrower, and then the hand of the primordial. So interesting. So the amount of gear that's here though makes me wonder how hard she is going to be to gear. But you know, you will be getting a whole overthrower free to play. That is pretty damn solid, because that is not a fun piece to grind out for sure. So next up on the list we have presets, which was the save a team function. And now you can actually go in and change a team. You can change the name of a team. So instead of team 1, I could name it goblins here. And now it's called goblins. And the next one here, I could put this in here, presets, and then I could change the name to Pride. So, you know, just a little bit of a nice touch quality of life feature, which I like. You can change right from here, you know, and it's pretty nice little feature. I like that quite a bit, so that is pretty neat. So that is the next thing that was in the patch notes. Next thing in your patch notes is the leadership ability, and when they go AFK, that has been a problem since the beginning. And what it's really saying is if your leader goes AFK for 5 days, then it gets transferred to the next available party member with the highest collection power, which means they have the most invested in the game, and then they can decide to do with it whatever they want from there. So just a good feature so you don't get stuck where you can't launch raids, you know, and people you like playing with leave to go elsewhere. You can wait out your 5 days. So quality of life feature, like that quite a bit. So next up is they've added a couple new achievements. They've added a join the Dragon Champions Discord server and join the Champions subreddit. And it's a 50 Dra coin achievement, so 300 Dra coins. Strongly recommend you jump into their Discord. I am even not on the Reddit. Reddit boggles my mind. I guess that shows my age, but don't understand it. But anyways, so that is something cool. 100 free Dra coins essentially. So next up on the list we have the Mighty Frost Mage, and for that it has a 2-week timer on it. Now it's still unclear if the 2-week timer is, you know, for as soon as you join in you get 2 weeks. We've already had 2 weeks. Is it going to disappear? On the test server it looks like we have a week, 8 days left, so maybe they are going to give everybody who's already been playing 1 week to finish up whatever they got to finish up. But that is still be something and that needs to be seen about how they're going to address that. And I really like it because right now it's super annoying that it sits in front of my events tab all the time and I can't get rid of it, and I have nothing left to do in there besides purchase Dra coins, and I'm not going to do that within the next 14 days, so I'm perfectly fine with that going away. You know, they also added some languages, French, German, etc. That's awesome. I'm trying to get more player base in here. Next thing up is they redid the artwork, much like they redid the artwork for Kiri and Venomate, and they redid it for Adam. So here's a look at Adam. They kind of changed his blaster here with his bombs on his arm. I like the way that looks now. You got a little 8-ball, it looks like, back there. They changed up his pants, his patches, and his arm. And then his back, I can't remember. I believe that's different though. So just graphically a nice little touch. Really like that quite a bit. And then the big one here is Xantera. You know, she kind of got the overhaul much like Mar did. And you can see some like lava in her horns. Her little knee pads got faces. You know, just an overall, she looks way better in my opinion. I really like the way she looks. Face is pretty solid. So that is what they did there. I like what they're doing there, switching it up, making the characters look a little bit more viable, so that is a huge plus in my mind. Then they also put on here where you can shut off vibration, so that is kind of nice. I know that'll help me out when I'm, you know, can't sleep and I'm up lying in bed and not waking up the wife, so that'll be a plus. Can shut off vibration, so there is another little quality of life feature. Alright, so here we are to the point of the video that I want to get to, and I'm disappointed, and this patch with really cool stuff is just completely outshadowed by something so stupid that I have to talk about sim tickets in a game that could be detrimental to the whole game, in my opinion. And you got to hear me out, and I don't get like this very often, but it needs to be said, and I always speak my mind. But here is my dilemma with this whole thing, is they've now removed sim tickets behind a paywall, and that is just unacceptable to me. And I spend in the game. I'm a spender, and it's unacceptable to me. And it's not the point of the money. You can buy a pack for 99 cents. That's fine. And what you pay for, you get tremendous value for. And I have zero problem with that again. But here's my problem. When I try out a game, I decide I play the game first before I spend any money whatsoever in that game. Sometimes if the game is good and it holds my attention for a week, I'll buy like a 99-cent pack or a $1.99 pack and give the developers something, because I just played a game for a couple weeks to a month, and there it is. But I'm a new player to this game, and I do one battle and I need that piece of gear. Why can't I sim it? To sim it, I gotta buy something? This game is greedy. It's money hungry. I'm out. I'm done. I walk away. Within minutes, I'm gone. This could stop players from coming into the game and staying in the game. That is my huge concern for this. That is my big concern. Why are we putting this behind a paywall? In the things I would change, I talked about sim tickets in that video. And when I talked about that, I said we should get rid of them. This isn't what I had in mind. What I had in mind is if you can't program away, put 10,000 sim tickets in the store for 1 gold. And people just go in and for 1 gold buy 10,000 sim tickets and we never have to worry about it again. That is what I was talking about. This isn't what I was talking about. This could really, really, really be detrimental to new players coming in who don't know how good the devs are, who don't know how much of a value you get if you do spend, because there are plenty of people who get their rocks off by playing completely free to play. And they should have that choice. Like my free to play account right now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that series. I don't have time to grind all that stuff out every single day. I don't have time to grind it all out at all. Now the sim tickets we have get converted to draw coins. Awesome. I have like 8,000 and they're doing 1 for 1. I'll take 8,000 draw coins. Perfect. But what the hell are we doing? Why are you putting this behind a paywall? My big concern even in that last video was the fact that people had to pay for sim tickets could push them away. Now they have to make a purchase and they get instant reward, this instant reward button right here. I don't understand it. It just is a very, very bad look for the game. And the devs don't seem intent to change it until after this patch has gone live. Maybe there's something, I don't know. Maybe 99% of players buy something in this game, but I don't think so. And I think it's going to turn people away from an outstanding game. So, there's my thoughts and feelings on the whole thing. I just hope they change it. Like I said, keep the sim tickets. Put 10,000 of them in the store for 1 gold. End of discussion. We move on with our life. This is bad. Maybe I'm overreacting. But just mobile gaming is all about first impressions. And this is a bad first impression. You can't even sim a level without spending money. I would walk from a game like that. It's the truth. If I didn't know better in this game and know the devs, I guess you could say on a personal level, because I've talked to them on Discord or whatever, personally, one-on-one conversations. If I saw that in a game, I would bounce. Because all I could keep saying is, what else are they going to make me spend money on that's a quality of life feature? I shouldn't have to pay for quality of life. It's 2020. Mobile games have evolved. You shouldn't have to pay for quality of life. And we are paying for quality of life right here. Even if it's 99 cents. But the money isn't the point. It's not the point. Because you could buy the best value pack for 99 cents and get everything you want for the eternity of your life. It's the fact that we're making people spend money for a quality of life feature. So, there it is. Shouldn't be talking about this during a very cool patch, release of a super cool character. And I gotta talk about sim tickets. So let me know what y'all think out there. My rant is over. I am done, and I'll keep everybody posted on that. Remember, everything in this video is subject to change. I will get out a gearing Kiri video when I can, and I'm allowed, I know for sure I'm allowed to show that. Emerald Dragon did say we could post, but I don't want to overstretch it yet. And the question for the day is, what does everybody think about this sim ticket thing? Am I overreacting, or am I on point? So that is it, everybody. I hope you all are having a good one. Sorry for this delayed webcam thing, and I'm sorry for the delayed picture on this thing. Sometimes it seems like it's flowing good, sometimes it doesn't seem like it's doing a thing. So I don't know. But I just wanted you guys to see my face for this whole reaction video. So remember, if you're just finding me for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications, like the videos, share them, blah de blah de blah. To all my family members out there, I love you. The support is so overwhelming. Please don't forget about the giveaway. Token of my appreciation. Still shooting for the Thaleen live stream if the webcam shows up. I'm not going to be able to live stream with my phone. That's the only way I won't be able to do it, but... And... yeah. So that's what I got for everybody. I will see you on the next one. I'm out.